Hi, Mr. Lindstrom. This is my 2.1 redo video. The first question is asking to define GDP and identify what is not included in GDP. GDP is the total value of final goods and services produced inside a country in a year. The first transaction that's not included in GDP is intermediate goods, which are raw materials, components, or services used as inputs to produce other goods or services rather than being sold directly to final customers. For example, that would be the tires or the windows on a car. The second type of transaction is illegal activities, which basically speaks for itself, like selling illegal products to other customers that does not count in GDP. And the last one is used goods, which is just goods that have already been used and aren't brand new. So like a new car made years prior to when you buy it. Question number 2 is asking to identify the 4 components of GDP and give an example of each. An acronym for this is SIGX, which stands for Consumer Spending, Investment, Government Spending, and Net Exports. Consumer spending is consumers buying something for them or hiring a service for their benefit. The next example is investment spending, which is businesses buying things to improve themselves. So that would be things like a new computer to improve their technology or a new machine to improve their technology. The next one is government spending, which is the government spending its money on things to help the community. So that would be building new roads or building a new school. And then lastly, there's net exports, which is the difference between the total value of a country's exports and the total value of its imports. So an example of this would be a car produced in USA sold to Canada. Question 3 is asking to explain the difference between nominal and real GDP. Nominal GDP measures an economy's total output using current inflated prices, while real GDP removes inflation to measure true volume growth using current or constant base year prices. Using pizza as an example, the nominal GDP for the year 2022 would be the current price, which is $5, times the quantities. So that would be 2,000, and then the nominal GDP for 2023 would be 5,000. If 2022 is the base year, then the real GDP for that year is 2,000. But for 2023, the real GDP would be the price of the base year times the quantities. So that's 5 times 5,000. So the real GDP would be 2,500.